base sighted. Our base is under attack.
In the year 2048, when Scene C3 takes place, the world is split up into 3 different zones. We refer to them as blue zones, yellow zones, and red zones. Each zone is determined by the amount of Tiberium infestation and the amount of war that particular zone has seen. Blue zones have been left relatively intact by both war and Tiberium. Yellow zones, on the other hand, have had their fair share of both war and Tiberium infestation. The majority of the world, 50% and above, is a yellow zone environment. And then the last zone is the red zone, which is completely inhospitable to life. These are areas where Tiberium infestation have run so rampant that they support no life at all. There's no civilization that can be sustained there. What you will find in red zones is an abundance of Tiberium, and especially blue Tiberium, which gives you more money per shard than green Tiberium does. The type of gameplay that will emerge in a blue zone level is a lot different than in a red zone, because you can garrison a lot of structures and you'll find a lot of block-to-block fighting, whereas in red zones it's kind of a wide open wasteland. Depending on what kind of zone and what kind of multiplayer map that you choose on, a typical skirmish game or multiplayer game will play completely differently. Beneath the surface of Command & Conquer 3, there really is a layer of depth that no RTS game that this team has done before has had. Each unit has 4 different stances, from aggressive to all the way down to hold fire. So if you want a unit to just sit there and not fire at anything, you can tell it to do that. What's more, you can set these stances not just on individual units, but from the structures that produce these units. We also have the notion of directional fire. So most units will have more armor up front, less on the sides, and even less so in the rear. That introduces the notion of flanking. So if you can get around a unit, you can induce more damage on it than if you were to take it head on. That introduces the notion of moving in reverse. So if you hold down R and you give any unit a move command, they will back up while still facing an enemy. That will prevent it from turning around and exposing its vulnerable rear side. So there's huge amounts of depth within the game.